Okay, so they're forecasting a winter storm in the next couple of days. So the goats have kitted out, and the barn, protects them from the wind and everything, but it's supposed to get down to around -8 is what they're thinking. And on the south side of the barn, there's a lot of holes, and we go inside, you can just see right through it basically. So we're going to try and enclose that a little bit better just by hanging tarps on the side of the barn. So I got all my equipment laid out here. I'm going to go ahead and do tarps from the corner all the way down to the door we enter in, because we'll be using that one as the main entrance, and then inside we'll hang up plastic along that hallway. So far, the 100-watt heat lamps we have set up in there, working pretty good. The water isn't freezing at night. It's getting down into the 20s every night, and it's not freezing the water, so we know they're above freezing in there anyways, but it's still pretty nippy. And down to -8's pretty stinking cold. A couple years ago when I got down to -18 was when we got our first pair of goats, and they had a frostbite on their ears. So we're gonna definitely try to avoid that with these babies. We'll try and put the plastic up inside, and Noli's not having it. He's ripping it down and trying to eat it, which is not good. So I may have to switch over to a tarp in here, which is won't be able to use this light. It won't give us any light, at least in there, but I don't know what else to do because we really can't have her eating the plastic. Well, I got everything buttoned up, put plastic over the windows and doors and everything to where the kittens are and then where the chickens are at. And I'm going to go through and clean up all these rocks and everything all over the place from when I dug that line, and probably get some dirt and fill it. It took so much rock out that I just have this trench now I got to fill in. But today has been beautiful. It's probably, I don't know, 42 degrees, something like that, sunny, and it's just quiet. I really wish that we had a place that was further out. I love our land. There's a paved road though right next to us that has a lot more traffic than I thought it did. So sometimes it's just really loud. Depends on where the wind's blowing at and things like that. But today it is just dead silent out here, and that's wonderful. Well, I got this cleaned up enough for now. It's going to settle quite a bit more where I had my trench, so probably in the springtime I'll come back through and put some more dirt in, and we eventually want to have gravel from the house all the way down here to the barns. Right now we are right about there. Well, I'm waiting on Natalie so we can go and get some hay and some feed and everything for the goats and everyone. We could probably make it through this next cold spell, the storm that's coming, but might as well not risk it, so we're going to go load up real quick. Looking at now, they say moderate snow accumulations, so whatever that means. They don't really tell you how many inches you're going to get anymore. They just say you're going to get snow. One of the forecasters is still saying around 6 to 8 inches, so we'll see. But the biggest thing is the cold. They're saying -5 with wind chills of -35. And the -35 wind chills is going to be for several days, so get this taken care of and get out of here. Did you hear that?
What?
We're supposed to have negative wind chills of 35 for 2 or 3 days.
That sounds, for 2 or 3 days, that sounds fantastic. That's why we're going to town now. And I'm going to the other town tomorrow to get groceries.
Yep. So one thing we do to help keep our hose bibs, garden hose bibs, whatever, from freezing. Now this isn't necessarily keeping from freezing, it's a frost-proof hydrant, so the valve is actually way underneath the ground. But putting a bucket on top of it like that keeps it from getting covered in ice. A lot of times in Kansas we get a lot more ice than we do snow. And if that gets covered up, it can be a real pain to try and get it broken off so you can get water for your animals. Well, I'm definitely glad that we got that camera installed down here, because I was just up at the house doing some paperwork, and I had it up on my computer where I had the video camera off to one side, and I'm just watching the goats and the babies down here. And we knew Noli was doing this. We don't call her Noli Bully for no reason. Whenever the baby, Pumpernickel's baby, would get up next to the divider, Noli would start ramming the divider. And doesn't do it to Pumpernickel, just does it to the baby. So we figured by now she'd be getting used to it, but obviously not. So I had one of those 100-watt heat lamps, was actually attached down low. So every time she rammed it, it would knock that light back and forth, and I was afraid it was going to break. And if that light were to burst and those hot pieces of glass fall down into the straw, we could lose the whole barn. So anyways, I came down here and then swapped out the 100-watt bulbs for a 250-watt bulb that we had to use for the chickens. It's a lot bigger bulb, it's a bit higher up, but it should work okay. We also had to take Pumpernickel. We had to rush her to the vet. Last night, 24 hours ago, we came in here, the girls came to feed him and check on him, and found that she was just not looking very good. So came in, took her temperature. She was at 106. Goats are supposed to be between 101 and 103. She was at 106.1, if I remember right. Was just kneeling down, looking very lethargic. Was still trying to pass her afterbirth and was not getting very far on that. It can take them up to 4 days, I believe we were told, they can to pass all the afterbirth. I felt her what's called a milk sac. I felt her teats, and the baby is primarily going to one side and not the other side, and so her right side was really engorged to the point where it was basically hard almost, and the other side was soft. So we weren't sure if it was because she was engorged or because it was infection or what was going on. Anyways, we took her in. The vet manhandled her a bit. Got in there, got all the afterbirth out, confirmed that there wasn't a stillborn there. We were kind of concerned she may have a stillborn inside. Got everything out of her. Flushed her out really good. And then gave her a bunch of shots. And said if she wasn't over 104 this morning, then she'd be okay. Well, she was 102.5 this morning, so she was doing a lot better. What else did we do? Oh, Natalie started to milk her. So the side that the baby is not feeding on, she came down and milked her yesterday. Or no, actually I guess it was this morning. Milked her this morning. Tried to milk her this afternoon. And I think the baby is now starting to go to the other side as well. Don't know why I was only picking one side. But anyways, she didn't have to milk it this evening. But she did get about, I think she said 8 to 10 ounces, something like that, out of the one side this morning. And she'll be able to use that for goat's milk and things, goat's milk soap and stuff like that she makes. So beyond that, everything's going good. We'll just try this new lamp. Hope it'll keep them warm. They took most of the snow out of the forecast, but we're still down to negative, I think -5 or -6 they're saying now, but the wind chill is still like -35. So we got that tarp up along the south wall. We still need to get this one on the inside, get something. Everything we put up there, Nola keeps eating. So we have to figure out some way to get this enclosed a little bit better. But can't see my breath. It's in the 20s out right now, and it's warm enough in here. The water is not freezing. We're seeing people up in Montana right now and North South Dakota, that area, that are in the -40 range right now, wind chills, and their animals and their goats are getting by. So. And a lot of them don't have quite the shelter we have, so I think we'll be okay. But it'll be a rough couple days. We got 3 days of negative temperatures and just brutal wind chills.